Hey, welcome everybody to the final night of the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. This is all around Ep.11. Obviously, Cardell Dudley Jr. was in Portsmouth, still is. We're going to recap the games that happened today. We had three games, including a consolation game, then obviously the championship game. We'll get to the championship game last, and then Cardell has as always, anytime he goes anything, you guys know certain players, no matter who stands out throughout the course of the event, everybody doesn't make the tournament team or the all event team. So we're gonna see. First, we'll start off with game one today. We had Janai King beating Portsmouth Sports Club 87-69. Peyton Willis led the way with 19 points and 10 rebounds. The Norfolk Sports Club, they routed Mike Duman Auto Sales 87-58 in the consolation game. That was Kiva Aluma and Ryan Hawkins led the way for the winning team, and they both scored 24 points apiece. All right, Cardell, the championship game. What was yours, sir?
Um, yeah. uh, well, first of all, that's the championship game. Yeah, the score was a little bit different. It's 106-94. Um, well, one it, Roger Brown jumped on, sales system, and I thought they were gonna run away with it. Behind, it was a two-man game between Fast Russell out of Maryland and Grant Golden, out of Richmond, and sales systems was struggling, and in the first half to really, keep up to keep up with those guys. Fast Russell wasn't really scoring, but he was facilitated. He had 5 assists in the first half alone, with no turnovers in 14 minutes. Grant Golden had 7 points, and I can't forget Tyrese Martin out of Connecticut. I mean, he looked like an NBA scorer in the first half. He had 15 points and 7 of 10 shooting, and then hit a single three-pointer with 4 rebounds. He was dunking on cuts. He was hitting tough three. I mean, not tough three, tough long range jumpers, posting up out of the high post, low post, hitting turnarounds, driving past guys, finishing strong. He did it all, man. I was just like, wow, like the way he played. I was like, man, you might as well sit him in the second half. He gonna get the call, man. Like it was that, why we wasting time, man. Like he was that deadly, man. And it was just a sight. It was sight to see, man. I didn't realize he had that rise. Obviously, I seen him, throughout the season in Connecticut, but I didn't realize he had a rise like that. Catch a few bodies and whatnot. But on sales system side of the coin, DeVoe, man, Michael DeVoe, who actually went on MVP of the Portsmouth Invitation out of Georgia Tech, 6'5" point guard out of Georgia Tech. He kept him in it. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, and also Terrell, Ryan Terrell. For those that may not know who Ryan Terrell is, he's a 6'7" forward out of Yeshiva, which is a Division III school. He's the Division III Player of the Year. Okay, he had a lot of hype coming in the season with NBA scouts looking at him. They was projecting him to possibly be a first round pick. I'm not sure if that's possible now after last season, but he still did damage. He was played in all of Division III. In the first half, he had 11 points, so 3 or 4 shooting from the field, 2 or 3 from deep, and three or four from the free throw line, man. And this goes back to what I tell people, man. If you got game, you got game. If your game can translate to the NBA, I mean, they're not really picky about talent. If you have the talent to help them, they'll pick you. And then he's on the radar for. He had a strong first half, and also Prim, man, Gage Prim. He does not get. He hasn't been getting the praise he deserves, man. I don't. He's a rugged guy. If for those who cats and youngest look him up, his game is Popeye Jones s, man. Like I've never seen a big, and I've been covering Grant Golden from Richmond for all his career. I have never seen where he needed help moving somebody inside to get rebounds or to establish position. I just this dude is so strong to be undersized. He's so strong that it took 3 players from Roger Brown to like keep him at bay. Otherwise, he would have had a double double in the first half, man. He had 12 points and 6 rebounds still, and it took multiple guys to keep him off the boards, man. That you can't just see those are little things where it take 3 guys to box somebody out. That don't hit the box score, but it helps you win. But guess what? Now you got other guys that can come in and get the ball, and they so occupied with him, get the ball, either offensive rebound, get the defensive rebound, and you on your way, man. So they had some strong points, but like I said, man, Tyrese Martin was on one. Fast Russell controlling everything, and they ran away with it. But in the second half, man, it was all sales system. They just caught fire. Michael Flowers, 6'1" point guard of Washington State. He scored 16 points in the second half on 5 or 6 shooting from the field, 4 or 4 from deep. And they weren't just like somebody just kept getting lost on defense and he was wide open. No, they were contested, hand down, man, like hand in his face, hand up, so what type deals, man. And he knocked down all 4 of his 3-pointers. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And get this, man, he had 0 turnovers in the second half, 0. I brought him up, Michael DeVoe. He had another 12 points in the second half on 4 or 6 shooting. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and he didn't turn the ball over. And I can't forget Alonzo Verge Jr. out of Nebraska, another point guard. See, this is why they won the championship. I'm going to get to that sales system. They had 3 point guards that can take over a game, that can control the game, that can score and defend at all times. And other teams throughout the tournament were lucky to have one.
Right.
And they picked their boys and they knew how to play off one another. There's no ego. One had it going. They gave it to him. Like Michael Flowers in the second half had it going. They gave it to him. And when they focused on him, then the Bo got going. Then Verge got going. Verge had 16 points in the second half on 7 to 8 shooting, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And he also did not turn the ball over. And also Prim, told you, Pop Out Jones, he had another 8 points, 4 rebounds in the second half. And they just blew the game over, man. They just blew them out. They outscored Roger Brown 57-39, and that was all you wrote. And then they won the championship 106-94. DeVoe, who went on to win MVP for the championship game in Portsmouth, he finished with 25 points and 9 of 16 shooting from the field, 3 of 5 from deep, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists with 3 turnovers all in the first half. Michael Flowers, out of Washington State, 23 points at 8 of 9 shooting from the field. That's how hot he was. 5 of 5 from deep. The only mistake he made, he missed 2 free throws. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and in 30 minutes, no turnovers. I mean, I thought he deserved MVP, honestly, with his performance at that level of efficiency. It was just crazy, but neither here nor there, man. You could have tossed it up, man. Verge, he had 18 points up, 8 of 10 shooting. 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and he had 4 turnovers, but that came in the first half, and that's why they were down, man. But when they calmed down, it was about.
Yeah. All right, so I got a question. I'm sorry, you went through a whole lot. So they didn't turn the ball over during their run in the second half?
No, none of the point guards. No.
Like
none.
So that's absurd.
Bro,
like it's one thing to be like. It's one thing to be like, all right, cool. 2 of the 3 didn't miss. Okay. All 3 of them just refused to turn the ball over. So anytime the other team didn't get anything, they was getting something.
Always. And if they just happen to miss, Prim, he was cleaning it up. 20 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Terrell, Division III Player of the Year, finished with 14 points, 2 of 5 from deep, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Look, man, the backcourt just dominated. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Tyrese Martin, like I said, he did his thing throughout the game. If they would have won, he probably would have got MVP. He finished with 24 points, 11 of 18 shooting from the field, 104 from deep, but he had 10 rebounds as well, man. Like, he did his job. Grant Golden finished with 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Look, man, I'm trying to Fast Russell, 9 points, 7 assists, but he had 3 of 12 shooting. But he didn't turn the ball over either. But he had his hands full trying to deal with all 3 of the point guards all night.
I want to say that sounds like hell. That just sounds like hell. And anybody not named Fats, you're in space against one of them destructive behind guards, man. Like, that's hell. That's literally a definition of some ring of hell.
Exactly, man. And Jericho Helms out of NC State, 6'7" wing. He finished with 15 points to 6 of 14 shooting from the field, 2 of 5 from deep, 6 rebounds, man. Look, man, and Silvio De Sousa, he did what he could. He had 11 points, 4 of 5 shooting. 3 rebounds. Like I said, man, the game got away from him in the second half. Those guards just played flawless. I mean, flawless basketball. They control the game and score the ball. It's like, what do you want them to do, man? Like they finished the game, sales system, the champs finished the game shooting a ridiculous 60% from the field and 64% from deep, dog. Like it's no way. What are you gonna do with that, dog? Like seriously, how you gonna beat that? Meanwhile, Roger Brown shot 43% from the field and 32% from deep. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even turn the ball over as much. They had 14 turnovers and sales system had 19. Most of that came from, their wings and obviously Verge and whatnot, and Prim bringing the ball down. They double down, dug down and, stripped and whatnot. But their efficiency on shooting the ball and getting out running and just controlling the pace of the game, it was nothing. It was nothing Roger Brown could do, man. So, congrats to the sales system. Yeah, bro. And you see why I love this event. And keep in mind, like I keep saying, by the time they get to today, everybody tired.
Right.
And it simulates the NBA season. This is what a week of NBA basketball is like. So if you can't get through this as a scout or front office exec, I'm looking at you funny, like, yeah, I don't think you built for it, even though you may be talented, because you're not gonna be able to handle it. You can't fight through this week. But those guards, man, they like, yeah, lead me. I need some workouts wherever I need to be. Get me there, man. They impressed, man. And I know you're gonna love this. Roger Brown was coached by Candace DeBree, former WNBA All-Star.
Hey, he's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, man. It was a few WNBA coaches, here and there, man. So, that's the beautiful thing about Portsmouth. It's not just the players being evaluated. It's everybody from prospective refs that may get a shot at the NBA G League to former players in the NBA, WNBA who may want to get into coaching.
Right.
It's a program. The NBPA have a program. You come down here, you go to top 100 camp. It's ways you can work your way up the ladder, because I don't think people understand. Just because you played in the league, once you retire, you're back to ground zero.
Yes, sir.
You try to get in the front office capacity and stuff like that, you got to start up like how everybody started up, or they're not going to respect you. And just like on the player side, when you coming out of college or wherever, you all American or whatever, and the players there don't give a damn about none of that because they were that as well.
Yep.
They ain't trying to hear none of that. It's the same way on the front office side. We don't care about none of that stuff you did playing. Oh, they say they ain't got nothing to do with this. Can you help us in this capacity? And you got to prove it. It's just like that. So, shout out to her. She was on the losing end, man. She ran into a monster.
That's what it sounds like. Sheesh.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you went through 3 guards that didn't turn the ball over in the half, and 2 of the 3 missed a combined 2 shots.
Hey, dog, I was right there amazed. I was like Fats was like, woof, I finally get a break. God damn. Woo, I get a break. Oh no, man. I like, damn, Fats, man. Woo. And yeah, you got people really out here thinking that defense don't really matter.
Nah.
Yeah. They ain't been cooked. They ain't they ain't really dealt with no real dudes then in my eyes. If you dealt with some real dudes, defense matters. Because they trying to embarrass you out here. So shout out to those guys, man. And my all Portsmouth team, gonna move on to that. I'm gonna go with Tyrese Martin out of Connecticut, Kiva Luma, Virginia Tech. Hope I didn't just I got it right. Kiva Luma out of Virginia Tech. Obviously Michael DeBow out of Georgia Tech. He was just on one all week. Jared Roden, out of Seton Hall, and Jericho Horn out of Tulsa. They had a lot of 6'6", 6'7" wings that put in work. You know what I mean? So those are my all Portsmouth team, or top 5 guys or whatnot. So we're gonna see who get the call as to the combine, who get workouts as the upcoming weeks come. So, but it started off kind of slow, but it finished strong, man. And this is why this is one of my favorite just basketball events in general, but definitely during the pre-draft season, one of my favorite pre-draft showcases to see, man, because sometimes when you go to the little all-star games, like say the McDonald's game, go to classic stuff, a lot of these players don't compete no more. They just out there. It's like a dunk contest. I got better things to do. We watch too much basketball around, but too much basketball to just sit through something like that. And I take the game too serious personally. I want to see you compete. You have to compete in this, or you might as well just not even come, because you're just wasting everybody's time. And you ruining your pro prospects by half-assing. It's just stupid to even come out here and BS. So You know, they go hard from day one, man. It's a grind, and you see who's tough and who's not just talent wise, but mentally and your heart. You know, you see who's tough and who actually deserve a chance, man. So, you know, this is their first taste of the league, so to speak, and you know, it was a good showing, man. They finished strong.
Look, man, I always enjoy when you go down there because I get to learn stuff when you come back. And then as we, we're a month or a couple of weeks away from, it's going to feel like 2 weeks because time's been flying by. Start looking at the NBA draft and stuff. And then when folks come off the board, and some folks are clueless, when people get drafted by certain places and then you hear their names midway through the year, more often than not, get a nice jump rate. You get a nice head start from finding out who showed out at Pitt. So I definitely enjoy it every year that you go down there, and I already know you enjoy it. But I want to thank you guys for keeping up with All Around this week. While Cardell was down at Portsmouth, and obviously get over to finestmag.com and focustv.com. I'm sure there's more coverage, and we talk about this on this week's installment of Focus TV as well a little bit. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys very soon.